Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about bank interest rates and just how horrible they are. I have a bank statement here, and I'm going to be going over this in a second with you. But I got to tell you a little story here. So I've always enjoyed banks. My mother was a banker for the majority of her adult life. She had me when she was pretty young, and she needed a job right away. And she went and worked at a bank, and she stayed at a bank, and then she moved to another bank and another bank, and then she stayed at one bank for a really long time in New Jersey, and then she moved on and did other things. But she was a banker for decades. I don't remember exactly how many years. If I had to guess, 25, close to 30 years, something like that. And so because of that, I was always around that. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted the cool coins and stuff. And even way back in the day when I was younger, I collected coins. I got to use some air quotes there because I wasn't actively collecting like I am now, but I was always interested. When the dollar coins first hit the market, I had to have them first. When the bills changed, I had to get them first, that kind of stuff. And like when I was young, I had my first bank account. I was like 15 or 16 years old. You know what I mean? It was super cool. And like I wanted to put money into I think I did a CD for 1 year just because I thought it was awesome. And it was like a better interest rate. Like, wow, I'm making so much money. And it's a joke. The interest rates way back then in the 90s still sucked, but they got worse. So this is a bank statement from a random bank account. I only opened this bank account so I can go there and get change. So at some point I was going crazy opening bank accounts everywhere so I can get coins everywhere. And so this is one of those random banks that I just opened an account. I put $100 in there just to have money in there because I think it was $100 for a minimum to avoid fees. When you open bank accounts, you have to look at all those details and stuff. They'll get you for monthly fees if you don't have a certain amount of activity or if you keep a balance below a certain amount of money or whatever. So in this particular case, this was a savings account. And if you left $100 or more in monthly, then you can avoid any kind of fees. So it's completely free to have the account. So I put $100 in there, the very minimum. And so this way, when I'm in the area, this is not even in my town. This is a town that's probably 40 minutes away. 45 minutes. But if I'm ever in that area, in an emergency, I could take this cash out. That's kind of nice. But really, it's just if I want to look for coins, then I can. That's why I did it. But I opened this 90 days ago, and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. And I got my statement showing my interest. So let's take a look at that. So I earned 1 penny in 90 days on $100. All right, so you can see the annual percentage, the interest rate is 0.04%. All right, so that means that if I keep $100 every single year, they will give me 4 cents interest. That's a joke. I mean, that is incredibly crappy for an investment, let's just say. Now, this is a savings account. Traditionally, you put money in a savings account just to keep it aside, just because you don't want to keep, $1,500 in your wallet or $2,000 in your wallet or whatever, or under your mattress. You put it in the bank. That's how I grew up. If you had extra money, you put it in your savings account. You dipped into your savings account when Christmas time came, to buy presents for people. You dipped into your savings account if you needed new tires and you didn't have any extra money. You have your savings, right? Stuff like that. That's why people had savings accounts for many, many years. I don't know what people do now, but I'm assuming that old school way of thinking is still, relevant in some places. There's got to be people who still do that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I make enough to pay my bills and stuff, but if I have a little extra, I put it in the old savings account, and then, yeah, Christmas rolls around, or my kids' birthdays, or whatever. There's some kind of event. Maybe you're saving for the big family vacation. That was super common. People had a savings account just for saving for their summer vacation every year, But anyway, so I just wanted to make the point that in 90 days, this bank used my $100 to make more than a penny. They made more interest on me as a customer, as a business. They made money on me, right? Now, who knows? That could be 3 cents, 5 cents. It could be 2 cents. I don't really know, but I know it's more. That's why they do it. That's why they stay in business. They make money. They make money on your money, right? It's not even available. They're using it. They're letting other people borrow it and getting interest payments and late fees, all their fees. God, that's how they're making a ton of money too. But the point I want to make is in 90 days, I made 1 penny by having my $100 in this bank account. I can right now, in 1 hour, go to a gas station, any gas station that has a convenience store, walk in there, and take at least 1 penny from their little change thing. You know that little green thing? It's like leave a penny, take a penny type thing. You're buying something, it's $1.01. I don't know why it wouldn't be that, but let's say, you know, let's say it's $1.06 or $1.05 actually. We have 6%, you know, tax, so you get something for 99 cents, you get the tax, you know, $1.05. Maybe there's a little nickel in that little change thing. People get their change back. Sometimes they'll just throw it in there, you know, for someone else. It's a pay it forward type deal, right? But you could almost always go into some place like that that has a little change carrier thing and grab a penny. You don't have to wait 90 days for the bank to give it to you in interest. In fact, you could probably grab 4 or 5 pennies. You can get 5 times as much money for free than if you invest in a bank and earn interest. You know, it's such a joke. It really is. You could find a penny randomly at the store. If you looked around Walmart right now, I can almost guarantee you could find a penny somewhere on the floor. If not, maybe even a dime or a quarter, a nickel. You know, you can go to pretty much any of those change machines and probably find a dime or nickel stuck in there somewhere, right? So yeah, it's just like I said, it's crazy. And you see like they'll give you a better interest rate like when you have 50,000, 100,000 in a business account or something. But even then, to have 50 or 100,000 in a bank account and to get back like 0.1% interest instead of 0.01 or 0.04 in this case, it's still laughable. There's so many other ways you can make way more money in interest than a bank. So the banks are they're going bye-bye. It's like bowling alleys. Like I don't think it'll ever be, there's no banks. Even if they go to a digital dollar, they'll still need banks for other services and stuff, at least for a very long time. So I don't think we'll ever not see banks, but people are just using them less and less. We live in a digital age, you know, less and less people are using cash. I talk to people all the time, like, hey, I haven't actually taken out cash, or like I talk about change, you know, coin roll hunting and change hunting and stuff, and I'll maybe mention it to someone randomly, like, hey, you know, you gotta look at your change. You might have a silver quarter in there or something, like change. Like, I haven't got change back in 2 years or whatever, 6 months. You know, I don't carry cash. I just use my cards. I use my Apple Pay. So yeah, it's like just, you know, times are changing. It's a weird thing, you know. As I mentioned before, I still like using cash occasionally. I obviously love looking through change, and even bills too. I like looking at those. But yeah, just want to, you know, drive this point home. If you have bank accounts that earn interest, then, you know, look at it. Look at your actual interest earnings, how much money you're leaving in the bank, because they're making money on you. Now, I'm not saying take your money out of the bank. That's for a whole different video. There's a great reason to just leave the minimum in there. If you have like, you know, bill pay or something that, you know, bills are automatically paid, or if you're, you know, obviously have a job and you have direct deposit, that's convenient. There's still a lot of reasons why you should have a bank account and why you should be using the banking system for your own convenience. But if you have thousands and thousands of dollars sitting in a savings account or something, or a checking account that's not actually being used for bills or payments or anything like that, you shouldn't. Just, I mean, it's my opinion, there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't. Your money should be making you money. You know, but if nothing else, if you're not using that money, why let the bank make money off of it? You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of, you know, talk about this a little bit here. An actual visual representation, you know, of nothing. I got nothing. A penny. That's laughable. So that's all. Just wanted to mention that. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.